Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. I'm here in the workshop as always, doing what we do, which is working, because I'm always working here. And I got a notification that you don't really want to hear. That Cowboys have some players, along with the Texans, that have tested positive for COVID-19. But none of the players, and it's not saying name players of who has or who hasn't had it. They haven't said who has, who hasn't, but that none of the players have been admitted to the team facility. Herein lies one of the problems. Tonight there's kind of like a roundtable discussion with all of the 6 major sports leagues having discussions tonight about reopening. And the thing is this is one of those things that I don't know that there's a way around it. Some states have finally been going down. You look at kind of like, my state, and you look at New Jersey and New York, and some of those states, their numbers are coming down. You're looking at other states, Florida and Texas, and some of these other, I believe Arizona, Alabama, they're kind of beginning to start going uphill again on these things. And we don't know with the social distancing and some of the different rules how that's affecting. But the thing is it's contagious one way or the other. Now, a lot of people don't believe that exists. I know Von Miller tested positive early on, and he was out actually during these protests. So being an athlete and being young and healthier will probably help you to get through it better than somebody who's old and frail like me, or as opposed to even older folks. So this is going to be an ongoing problem that the NFL, as well as the other sports leagues, are going to have. This is not good news to hear that guys are testing positive literally 6 weeks before training camp is supposed to open. And you got to figure if a couple have tested positive on the Texans as well as the Cowboys, and we know about Von Miller with Denver, and we know the guys are working out. We've seen films of, Cam Newton throwing, passes to different people. We've seen Dak and Dez and other players and things. These guys are working out because they're gym rats. And you have to figure that it's going to happen. The bigger question is there's almost, to me, no way playing football that you're not going to spread corona. I just don't see it. If we're talking about us having to wear a mask 6 feet apart, you can't do that in football. The huddle itself is all the guys there together. When you're talking about tackling somebody, okay, you're talking about the sweat flying and everything else. You're talking about literally heavy breathing and stuff as you're across the line. It's going to be difficult not to be able to spread this. So that's a concern, that before we really start having any contact, that we got players that are testing positive. Hold on one second here. Let me see if I've got this thing over here. I'm trying to do a little something in here, see if I have it. Bet I've lost it. Yeah, I don't see it. Dang nabbit. Oh well. It was a cradle I was looking for because this thing gets hot. It's like a little cradle to set this on, so that way when it's hot, you're not putting it on something and starting a fire. But I'm going to test this thing out. But anyway, back to the coronavirus. It won't help getting back on the field if people are already getting coronavirus and haven't had any playing time. And we've heard that some players in basketball and in football as well are all kind of leery about getting started because they're concerned about this. I know we as fans are like, shut up and play, but there's real concerns. It's kind of like concussions. Some people can get hit in the head over and over and over again and never ever get a concussion. Other people can get one concussion and it can be devastating to their, their brain. It's just some people are more susceptible to things than others, and this may be one of those things that, I heard something where they're talking about O blood types are less susceptible to the coronavirus. One study, don't quote me on that. Whereas different blood types seem to actually carry it more. There's more cases of that, but this is still too early to figure out. So it's going to be interesting. Another thing that I've heard that the NFL is trying to do is actually using their testing and trying to come up with different face shields. Working with Utley. Is it Utley? Making face shields that actually use the material that they use for the N95 mask. They'll be able to help to keep that in. You've seen, of course, Zeke Elliott with his whole shield and things like that. Maybe it ends up having some kind of a cover that goes up underneath of it. Now, it may end up being hot. We still got the sweat and things. So, I don't know. But this is not something that you really want to hear happening. So, that's all I got to say about that. And keep hoping and praying that we can hurry up and get through this thing. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll talk to you later.